I want to know, do you believe the earth is round? Or if the earth is
flat as a pancake? Okay, I want to get in on this conversation because I haven't talked flat earth in a while. So here we go. So the rabbit hole, once I got down that rabbit hole, there was no going back. And I am 1000% convinced, because we all know the evil and the lies that we've been told in this world. What makes anybody believe that we're on a spinning ball hurtling through infinite nothingness? It's also in the Bible, so that's my opinion. But the earth is flat.
Hey, here's a ponder and here's a thought about something. Tell me if it sounds even remotely close. So the flat earth map is on the UN flag, right? Okay, now that we agreed on that, why would they be so big to push it if it wasn't true? Now I'm gonna give you something to blow your fucking mind. Why is it when you're on the East Coast, the ocean water goes west? Why is it when you're on the West Coast, the ocean water goes east? Why is it if you're in Biloxi, Mississippi, down on the ocean, the water flows north, then the Mississippi flows south? Are you still with me? If we were spinning a certain direction, wouldn't you think the water would spin the same direction that the globe is spinning? Bet that didn't dawn on you, did it? They want you to believe it's a globe, that way you don't believe it's a flat earth, that way you don't believe in God.
Is that what I think it is? It is. It's ice. And it's containing all the water because water needs containment. It's a map from 1919. And up here it talks about the four corners and how they're past the ice barrier. The ice barrier. Did y'all understand that? Yeah, probably not. Oh, they probably just meant to draw a sphere. They just accidentally drew a flat circle and put ice around it, but really they meant to draw an ice cap at the bottom of the ball that has the highest elevation of any continent while the earth spins. Dude, y'all are clowns. Wake up. The earth is flat, you choose king, and there's ice that surrounds the world because it needs containment.
People are telling me that this guy Robert flew over Antarctica. He did not fly over Antarctica. He flew all the way over there and then flew all the way back. He did not fly through Antarctica. This is the flight thing right here. So you're telling me that this is the best you got? He didn't fly over it. You can fly near it, but you can never fly over Antarctica. It's impossible. Thank you. I just want to add one little thing. So you could go on the edges of the Antarctic wall, but you cannot fly through it. Yes, you can have air travel near it, but you cannot go through Antarctica because there is a dome. That is all I need to say. I know I'm right.
Story short, they're talking about galaxies and planets, and I go up to them and I say, hey, it's like, it's flat. And he's like, yeah, okay. I was like, don't believe the CGI. And he's like, well, should I believe you? And I was like, no, don't even believe me. Research it yourself. And then dropped the mic, walked away.
Outer space is philosophically impossible. It can't exist because they're trying to say that nothing can be somewhere, absent of all context, which is impossible. Nothing can't be somewhere. It can't exist. If space was real, it would just be like a black wall or something. Like, you can't have nothing in a location. Like, you can have a vacuum, but it's got context. There's things around the vacuum. You can't just have a vacuum that just goes on forever. It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
What if I told y'all the earth is flat and we are living in a dome? Matter of fact, the earth is not even spinning too. They lied to us about everything. Y'all ever wondered why they lied to you in school about the moon landing? Nobody has ever went to the moon. Nobody hasn't even stepped foot off this earth yet. That's why you see NASA and the scientists always mysteriously shooting these rockets in the sky. Never thought about why they just testing these missiles in the sky? They don't just shoot rockets in the sky just to play with rockets. They shoot them in the sky for a reason. That whole reason is them trying to escape the planet and they can't leave. If you think I'm just making up stuff, let me just show y'all this clip.
No one has actually been to outer space. There's a theory that we haven't ever been to outer space because of a transparent barrier that surrounds our entire world, and that past this barrier isn't open space or a vacuum, but water.
Now hold on, that should just answer your question right there, why they be shooting the missiles in the sky. Whenever you see NASA and the scientists working on these spaceships trying to shoot them in the sky, it's really because they trying to break the firmament and escape, but they can't. Right here, as you can see, this is all surrounded by water, and every time they try to shoot something in the sky, it make that ripple effect. It bounce back because they can't leave. Let me just keep showing y'all this video.
Now, it all might sound crazy, but back in 1962, the US government launched a couple of nukes into the sky to allegedly test out the atmosphere's reaction to them. Or, that's what they want us to believe. But some say they were actually trying to see if they could crack that invisible barrier.
Hold on, my beautiful starseeds, they just said the barrier. Now what do they mean by the barrier? The Simpsons had predicted the same thing in the TV show, talking about the dome. This whole time we've been living in a dome, and that's what they trying to escape. So this is not just no conspiracy theories, I'm showing y'all the proof right here. We ain't even done yet, let me just show y'all the rest of the video.
Ironically enough, this program was called Operation Fishbowl. This theory is further speculated, as many have said that if you look at the stars with your own eyes, or zoom in on them with a camera, it seems to be twinkling or shining through a liquid-like substance. As rocket enthusiasts have observed, that rockets we have launched do seem to hit an invisible ceiling that causes a ripple-like effect that you would see in water.
So this whole time, you mean to tell me that the skies, the ocean, and the earth is actually flat? And we're living in a dome? I just had to put all the pieces together right there. I wonder why they be trying to block the sun all the time. Cause they don't want nobody knowing we got a dome above our head. Gotta just make us see through their whole illusion, which they've been trying to make us stop doing this whole time. I'm finna spark so many seeds and souls in this video, it's finna be unbelievable.
Daddy, look!
What?
Why are there bugs in space? Isn't bug will not survive in space?
Absolutely, sweetheart. Bugs will not survive in space unless they took these videos in a simulator on Earth and not in space.
Okay, Daddy. Daddy.
What is it, son?
Why are they look like that?
What do you mean?
Look at their faces. Are they constipated?
Maybe, but they're actually hanging upside down in a simulation chamber.
I see it now, Dad. Mommy.
What is it, sweetheart?
Their hair. Why are they look like that? Is it because they're hanging upside down?
Maybe, but if their hair float like that, it's because they're actually using hairspray to keep their hair float as if they're in space. If they are really in microgravity environment, their hair would behave like the woman in this video. The hair is floating, but still waving, and not rigid like the so-called astronauts in space.
Okay, Mom. I get it now.
They showed you in ISS videos and live feeds almost every day, and yet you didn't know what they did that for. Do you want to know why they keep showing you their activities in the ISS? Is it for knowledge needs? For science maybe? Now look at this dude. He's holding a camera, but he didn't take any pictures of the surface of the Earth. And what the use of that camera if he's only taking pictures of the clouds? We can photograph the clouds down here. So, they launched the ISS not for science needs whatsoever, but for entertainment only. We were feeded by the videos of people repairing things in space, playing with water, flying and backflipping inside the ISS as if there's no gravity in there. And the conclusions are, they made the ISS for entertainment only, not for scientific needs. So, if you need an entertainment beside movies or drama series, you just need to watch the ISS videos and ISS live feeds.
As everybody is starting to realize now, I don't think a lot of people are realizing, but we are not on a globe, okay? And I know Y'all are tired of hearing this, but I don't think y'all are understanding that little lie of us thinking that we're on a globe makes us insignificant, right? It makes us think that we're just a random occurrence on a landmass that developed into what we are today, and we're just floating thousands of miles a minute, and all this can stop in an instant. That's not how insignificant we are. We are way more important than what they think that what they make us think that we are. Okay. For example, one of the lies that they exposed, or that they told that we are fin to expose, is the fact that if we were spinning so freaking fast in space, right? One, why can't I walk straight? If gravity, whatever they call gravity is, if gravity can hold me in place, why is it not holding anything else? Like, why doesn't it hold planes? Why doesn't it hold birds? Like, come on. And also, if we're spinning so freaking fast, right? Why can't, if I was taking a flight from Florida to China, why can't I just get up or have some type of device that levitates me off the ground and wait for Earth to just spin into China and then land back again, right? And also, right, they tell you to put your phone in airplane mode when you're on an airplane, right? I feel like the real reason why they tell you to do that is because what's one of the things that you can't operate during airplane mode? Your maps. They don't want you to see that we're doing the extra most bestest to get to a place when it's really next to us. They don't want you to know that we do the extra most bestest to prevent you from recording at high altitudes, letting people know that there is no curve to the Earth. Literally, no matter how high you are, at what angle you are in the plane, every freaking edge is flat. It does not curve one bit. Come on now. We have to wake up, bruh. We have to. Because the more and more that we believe into these indoctrinations, the more and more lost we will be. Come on now. Like I said, all this is not glitz and glimmer as you think it is. People think just because that the scientists of the government tells us something that we're supposed to believe it. Let's not forget that we were the scientists back in the day. We didn't believe in what the government told us back in the day. We didn't have a reason to.
I confess that I cannot imagine how any human being in his proper senses can believe that the sun is stationary when, with his own eyes, he sees it revolving around the heavens, nor how he can believe that the earth on which he stands is whirling with the speed of lightning around the sun when he feels not the slightest motion. We've been taught that the moon has no light of its own, but is merely a reflector of the sun's light, that some masons from NASA actually walked on the moon, that some other masons from NASA sent rovers to Mars, that satellites and space stations are incessantly spinning in suspended animation above the Earth. For almost 500 years, the masses have been thoroughly deceived by a cosmic fairy tale. For almost 500 years, the masses have been thoroughly deceived by a cosmic fairy tale. We have been taught that a mysterious force called gravity, a magical magnetism responsible for keeping everything from falling or flying off the spinning ball Earth, is just strong enough to hold people, oceans, and the atmosphere tightly to the surface, but just weak enough to allow bugs, birds, and planes to take off with ease. We have been taught that the ball Earth spins at a constant velocity, perfectly dragging the atmosphere along so we cannot feel the slightest bit state of motion, wind or air resistance. They say we cannot feel any of this motion because the magical Velcro of gravity pulls the atmosphere precisely along, and we cannot measure any of this motion because the stars are so incredibly far away. For almost 500 years, the masses have been thoroughly deceived by a cosmic fairy tale, For almost 500 years, the masses have been thoroughly deceived by a cosmic fairy tale, A sphere where people on the other side live with their feet above their heads, where rain, snow, and hail fall upwards, where trees and crops grow upside down, and the sky is lower than the ground. For almost 500 years, the masses have been thoroughly deceived by a cosmic fairy tale, For almost 500 years, the masses have been thoroughly deceived